sleeping under a rock or something.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Devin and Brain Alexander in the house again with the Slave to Wrestling podcast. We are doing the AEW Rampage review for September 29th. Goodness, I said October. I guess I just wanted to be Halloween. I can't help it. Yay! Halloween. I love Halloween. Anyway, I'm back in the house with my man, the Tribal Chief, Ryan Reigns. What's up, dog?
Not much, man. It's, Rampage was awesome this Friday. They had some really good matches
About
on there.
Fucking time.
Also, once again, acknowledge me. This is your Tribal Chief, Ryan Reigns. So let's just jump into Rampage right away, because what we got right off the bat, which I thought should have been the main event, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, and what does my opinion really mean? Probably nothing to anybody. So we'll just jump right into that. It was the Hardy Brothers and Brother Zay versus the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass for the Trios Championship. I enjoyed the match. You know what I mean? The disses in the very beginning were on point from Max Caster. I can't remember every single one of them. I know he said something about Matt's wife stopped sending him tweets, and saying that Brother Zay takes it from the Hardy Brothers, and everybody in Colorado loves the Acclaimed, obviously. But the guesses were on point. When Daddy Ass started off the match, they went into the Delete with Matt Hardy and the Suck It with Daddy Ass, and they were seeing who could get the bigger reaction. It was about the same. It was about even. I ain't gonna lie to you there. It was a good match all the way around. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, they're looking way better than what they have been. Brother Zay, he's a very good up and coming talent. Let me just say that much. He's a very good up and coming talent, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. Same thing with the Acclaimed. I love the Acclaimed myself, and I love Daddy Ass. You will always hear me say, "Oh, scissor me, Daddy," if I am at a AEW show. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, they won, obviously, because they're not going to be changing championships for a while, especially when you get custom belts. When a company makes you custom belts, you're going to hold those suckers for a little bit of time. They're not going to just have you own them for, let's just say, like a month or two, and then you're going to lose them like that. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to have them for a little bit. So we'll have these guys as our trios champions for a while, which makes me very happy. What did you think of especially when they started getting into the chants, the Delete and Suck It? I mean, both of them are from different eras, obviously. Us from the Attitude Era with the Suck It, and the newer kid, the 2016-17-ish, when he first started doing that in Impact. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, it's supposed to say Impact. We don't show enough love to Impact on this show. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't get the channel.
I don't get the channel either. That's kind of why I don't watch Impact anymore. Like when they were on, where I could actually watch it, I would, but I just don't get the channel.
Exactly the same, and I would watch it too if I could actually watch it. Now, I can technically try to watch it, but it's on my phone, and I just don't dig it. I gotta get and I don't know, like, it's weird these days. Like, certain TVs, like, you can, like, Bluetooth to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or you can cast
other
to.
ones you can't.
Because I'm like, because I got a Samsung, so I've tried to keep a Samsung TV and a Samsung phone, and that way I don't even have to worry about it.
Well, see, and I got this little Vizio, and I don't know, I haven't tried it, and I think I will, because I can cast it from the phone to go do that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'll have to try that out. But getting back to the point, um, which one did you what chant do you appreciate more, the delete or the
I
suck it? Because
mean,
always for myself, I think it's gonna
it
be the suck
is. I
it,
mean,
obviously.
it's an obvious choice. I mean, because I was one of those kids that got in trouble for saying that shit in school. Like, telling our teachers to suck
Exactly.
it, telling our classmates to suck
Everybody.
it. Like that's just a much more iconic. It just is like it has history and it's nostalgic and yeah, like I remember all the for the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching at home. Oh, let's get ready to suck it! Yeah, man. I mean, it
You
just,
know, exactly. That's what I mean. It's just, it's it's the bet. Like I love doing the delete,
it is
but
fun.
the suck it will
Delete is
always win.
fun. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that shit. I'm just saying, like.
No, there's nothing
That
wrong
shit's
with it at
fucking
all.
dope.
But
But if I
if
had
I
to
had to
choose between the
choose,
two,
it's definitely gonna be suck
it
it.
would definitely be.
Sorry about that.
Oh, oh, we're like Pat McAfee. We're enjoying the local laws. But anyway.
Yes, we. Uh, well, and then after that match, they went backstage, and Eddie Kingston was getting ready to do an interview talking about having both the championships and wrestling Shabita at Wrestle Dream. But Jay Lethal walks in with, you know, Jeff Jarrett, Karen Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and I can't remember. Gosh dang it, I can't remember. His name's on the tip of my tongue, the little guy. I can't remember his name. If I remember it, I will say it during this cast at a random point in time if it ever comes to my head. Um, but besides that, Jay Lethal was calling out Eddie Kingston, and it was kind of funny because he was just pretty much saying that he's overweight. And he's like, I dedicated my life to this ROH, and everyone that has owned or has represented this title has been athletic, and you are definitely not, Kingston. And he goes, oh, is that the way you really feel? And he goes, yeah, that's the way I really feel. He goes, oh, okay, okay. So I think they're gonna build something there with Jay Lethal and Eddie Kingston, which I like. Um, I don't know. What do you think about that? If that's going to become a storyline or not? Would you want to see Jay Lethal versus Eddie Kingston for the ROH Heavyweight
Yeah,
title?
and I've been following Jay Lethal for many years during his ROH title run, during his Black Machismo period, which obviously is my favorite period because I mean, he just nails the
Oh yeah,
Macho
that's what
Man
made
like
him.
he just does. But the contest between Eddie Kingston and Jay Lethal will be pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited for it. Uh, I've gotten to research Eddie Kingston and learn more about him. I really enjoy his work, so I'm very excited to see what the two of them can put together.
Same. I'll be excited if they put that actually into a storyline. I will like that. I think it'll be that you know what they always do with the weight and everything like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They like to pick out specific things, so I think it'll be that like that kind of
Mm-hmm.
storyline if they do it because he obviously already said athletic people have always owned this championship. You know what I mean?
But
So I
my
think
thing
we'll
about
see how
that
that
is, I mean,
goes.
even though he said that, what about Samoa Joe? But anyway, like,
Well, that's what I mean. Well, that's what I mean. But I'm just like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't know where Jay Lethal really comes off with that, just because of that. But it's gonna have to fit into a
it will.
storyline. You know what I mean?
It'll be dope the way it plays
Yeah.
out. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I don't hate AEW. I actually like the fact that AEW's around. I like that there's so much movement in the business. I like that anybody could jump ship to anywhere at any time again. And there's a lot of uncertainty. Nothing is guaranteed
Yeah.
anymore. And I like that. It brings a different dynamic. And it allows for more.
Well, I'm happy to have. the two companies. I'm happy to have two companies
I
again.
mean, there kind of was. I mean,
You know what I
TNA
mean?
was there for a little bit. They just dropped the ball.
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean though is like on major
Yeah, very
networks
true.
though, because I mean the main time we really got to see TNA was when it was on Spike. You know
That's
what
when
I
I was
mean?
actually watching it heavy because I could actually watch
Exactly.
it.
So that's what I mean. So when this one's actually on TNT and TBS, and I want to say like oh my gosh like WCW, but I mean they are on the same channels that WCW was, but WWE was on TBS at one point in time too. So I mean, come on now, you know what I mean? That's the whole entire reason why Ted Turner bought
I got into the
WCW from Crockett
wrestling
in the very
business.
beginning. E- Exactly. So, like, let's just say that. So, it's nice to have two companies again, and I'm glad that there's what do I want to say? There's no um like I would like to be like that would be cool if they had the Monday Night Wars or whatever again, but we already know who would win because WWE has I think still to me has a better product than majority of the
They're
companies
just
just because they actually have
they're
storylines,
just the
you know what I
seasoned
mean? They have
veterans
storylines.
at the game. Like I mean they've been
Exactly.
around for so long. Like, and they know what they're
Well,
doing, and if they
exactly.
have to go to war yet again, see, here's a key word, yet
Yeah,
again, they know what to do.
exactly. So but and I don't think that will ever happen. But uh, I do enjoy. Let's just say I do enjoy there being two companies and two different styles on on TV now again.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So I'll say that much. Um, but on Rampage still, we had a match. They kind of went. They kind of like did this weird because they introduced. I don't really like it when they do this, and I know they did this on SmackDown also. But they I don't know I don't okay yeah they introduced Eddie Kingston because he was getting ready to defend his Japanese strongman championship against Ricky Romero and then they go to an interview with Andrade to talk about how he was cheated by Juice Robinson last week on Collision and he wants that win back and this and this and this and that. You know what I mean? So like that was what kind of got me throwing off there because I didn't really like how they were um, they were trying to talk to what I mean like they were trying to do a match but then they cut into an interview like in between it like why couldn't you just use the match and then go into the interview afterwards but you know it is what it is that's just my critiquing of it myself I that kind of threw me off in the match and kind of got me uninterested in the match if I can be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you um then Ricky Romero comes out, and then they have their match with Eddie Kingston and Ricky Romero. Obviously, you already know Eddie's going to have to keep the title because he's defending it Sunday at Wrestle Dream against Shibata. So, um, you already knew who was going to win the match, but it was a good match all around because I do like that Ricky Romero's work. And him and Kingston, they worked really, really
You're
well
talking about
together.
It's Rocky Romero. Yeah,
Rocky, yeah, Rocky Romero. Don't ask me why I said Ricky Romero. I think I'm thinking of somebody I
Ricky
know or
Ricardo.
something like that. Well, no, somebody like I might know like personally. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what I meant. But yeah, Rocky Romero. I do like his work, and I've watched him in New Japan and in a couple other different places where he's wrestled. So I mean, yeah, I do
Oh no, it's
apologize for that.
alright.
Rocky Romero.
That's what friends are for. That's what
Dude,
friends are
so
for.
well that and that's the reason why we have people that comment and subscribe and like. So you know that's the reason why we do this so people can correct us also when we're doing this. They're like, "Hey, dumbass," we're you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was a good
If we
match.
fuck up and we don't
It
and we
was a
don't
great.
fix it, just comment down below in the comment section. Don't be a douche about it. Just
Yeah,
comment. Lord.
yeah, sometimes we'll just push through it because we don't want to deal with it, or sometimes we'll call each other out on it. It just depends on how we're feeling that day, you
Yeah,
know.
or how
So,
tired we are. Because to be
the
honest
other,
with you, it's 2:29 in the morning, so we're bringing it to you
yes,
regardless. You feel me? And I gotta get up in 3 hours, 5 hours.
exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. So it's been a late night. We've been pumping out a whole bunch of different shows tonight. Um, a whole bunch of different shows.
Yeah, the Devin and Blessing show got a new
Check
episode
out
tonight.
all
But
the
anyway, we
yes,
digress.
yes. We digress, and so uh, after the match, Eddie talks about Shibita, and Shibita comes out, and they shake hands. So that's pretty much what happened on that part because he called him out and he said, "Are you ready for Sunday?" And Shibita said, "Yes,
Excuse
please."
me.
So he obviously had something typed into the phone, like pre-typed, and obviously it was something rehearsed. And he put the phone up to the microphone and it said it off the phone in English. You know what I mean? And he was just saying, "I'm ready for the match, Eddie. It'll be a great one." Um, then we went into the promo about Aussie Open, talking about it was 365 days since they lost to FTR in the AEW Tag Team for the AEW Tag Team Championship, and how they were how they're gonna get it back and how they're gonna beat FTR and prove that they're the best tag team in obviously in AEW. So they went to that. Then they went to the Righteous, and this is uh, these guys. They remind me of two different people. One reminds me of that Joe Gacy off of NXT, and the little guy reminds me of a small Robbie Lawler. But I do like their gimmick. I do like their gimmick about being the religious. Um, how I want to say it, the country religious. You know what I mean? That's what they play, and I like their gimmick. I
For
do like
some
their
reason,
gimmick. They had a match against some jobbers. It was a
for
very
some
quick
reason
match, like
during their
literally
match,
just
I
like.
was craving like honey baked ham during their match. I don't even know, bro. I just wanted a honey baked ham during. I was watching their match, and all I could think
uh,
about was honey baked ham.
honey glazed.
That's an inside joke. That
Uh,
honey glaze, y'all. If you listen to me long, if you're around me, you'll hear it plenty. Don't worry, but.
yeah, you don't even know. It's a totally a honey
uh,
glaze. But the match was very, very quick. Like one of the quickest matches on Rampage, I
yeah,
would
that shit
have
was
to say.
fast.
Um, then they went to a segment about Santana and Ortiz about how they were friends and how they started in the business and they don't like each other and they supposedly talked to Ortiz's uncle and how he was pretty much talking about how they were friends from they were kids and how they started off in pro wrestling with each other and pretty much how they did everything together as in pro wrestling and it's crazy how they dislike each other and how they're gonna wrestle each other at Wrestle Dream on October 1st. Um, then we went into another segment. See, the Santana and Ortiz thing. If a lot of people, if you guys don't know about the Santana and Ortiz thing, you definitely have to go back to the TNA days, like definitely to the TNA days, and those were some of the best stuff when they had LAX. That was some of the best matches. You guys have to check those out. But I'm kind of interested in that match, and I'm kind of interested in that. I kind of wish they would give them more TV time for their feud before
Right.
Wrestle Dream. We'll see if that happens on Collision or not. So, but then they went to another segment with Christian and Darby Allen, and it was pretty much talking about their interview on Dynamite. How um, Christian says everybody's dead. He talks shit about everybody that's dead,
That
pretty
shit's
much, because he
hilarious.
said, well, he told Darby that his uncle won't be there because he's dead, and Yeah, I love Christian. He's perfect. Like I said, he reminds me of a James Bond villain, and
He
I don't like that.
does.
He
If
really
he
does.
had an accent,
And
oh my goodness. And I mean like a British
yeah,
accent.
and
It would be the best. Oh,
yeah, and they're talking about how because Christian actually won the TNT title, so it's gonna be the TNT title on the line with Christian and Darby Allin. So I hope Christian wins that. I really do myself, but we'll find out what happens. Um, then they went to like a little segment where like it was like a kind of like an interview with Nick
hmm
Wayne, and he was talking about Christian and Luchasaurus and how he knows that he can't be ringside because Christian is a manipulator and he doesn't want Christian to do, you know what I mean, pretty much Christian to be Christian. Let's just say that. And he called out Luchasaurus saying that they had unfinished business and they're gonna wrestle at Zero Hour on Sunday, which will be on Facebook and YouTube.
yeah.
I know I'm gonna watch Zero Hour for sure. I might look around to see if I can watch Wrestle Dream somewhere for free. So anybody on TikTok, if you're cool, um, write it down in our comments. So we'll definitely follow you, and we'll definitely check your live TikTok out. That's
We'll give you a
definitely for
shout out
sure.
on the show too,
Just to
so
show us some love.
appreciate it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So that's gonna happen at Zero Hour, and then they went into an interview with Zack Saber Jr. I have no idea who he is. I do not know who this guy is at all.
I'm so.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I felt the same way.
I don't get to watch
I
New
don't. I don't get to
Japan.
watch a lot of stuff because, like, I mean, let's think about it. Like, I worked today from freaking
Well, yeah,
all
we all have
day,
lives. You know what I
kids, and
mean? It's
then
like I'm not gonna. I don't sit on YouTube all day googling people's matches. Now, if it's something that sounds really interesting, like Andre, yeah, anything Andre or anybody that I'm super really into, I'm down for it.
anything
But
with the
if you're just gonna be
Undertaker in it. Oh,
wrestling,
I'm watching it. Oh,
yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, if you're just gonna be wrestling, like, I know a lot of people like Daniel Bryanson, and I mean, he is a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong, not one bit. Don't get me wrong, one bit. I'm just more like, um, I'm not gonna look at a dude that's wrestling Daniel Bryanson just because he's wrestling Daniel
right.
Bryanson. Now, if he was wrestling The
hmm
Undertaker, or if he was wrestling
hmm
Andre, or if he was wrestling the
Or
Macho
if he's in the
Man,
ring with
or if he
Shawn
was
Michaels
wrestling
too. Oh
Sting,
my. Oh my.
exactly.
Jeez.
Like if you're or Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, you give me somebody like that, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out the match. But now Daniel Bryanson, um, not so much. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disappoint you, but I am excited to see these guys wrestle because I've never seen that Zack Saber wrestle, and I would like to save it to actually see it for my first time live on the pay per view. That's where you guys come in once again, TikTokers. Um, hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oink oink.
Um, but he's talking about how he's gonna beat the crap out of Daniel Bryanson and how this was his supposed to be his last year farewell tour. Sorry there, um, and he just wants to end it now. He wants to end it at Wrestle Dream. He wants to put him out of commission, is what he's saying. So then we went into the main event, and like I said, I think that Matt Hardy, Brothers A, the Acclaimed, and Daddy Ass should have been the main event for the Trios Championship, but don't get me wrong, I didn't mind having Ruby Soho and Sheeta as the main event because I do like Ruby Soho and I do like Sheeta. I do like both of them very much, and I do appreciate both of them. Appreciate their work on both sides, and I've actually seen Sheeta wrestle in New Japan the times that I've actually got to see
hmm
it, and of course everyone's seen Ruby Soho in WWE. So yeah, let's just say let's just say that. Um, it was a very interesting match. They were trying to hit each other with the kendo stick, Then they were trying to hit each other with, um, or spray each other in the face with the spray paint, because that's what the Outcast's been doing still with the spray paint. And they end up flinging it and knocking out the referee. And
That part was funny, my
yeah,
bad.
so the refs out. Yeah, no, it was funny because it was different with the paint. You never see a spray can used.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's always a
Yeah.
chair or a bat or kendo stick, something, blah 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 blah, da 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 da. You know what I mean? It's usually the same old stuff. So I was happy that it was the can of
That shit was
the
funny, bro.
the green spray paint can, and so Ruby knocks down Cheetah with the kendo stick, hits her straight in the forehead with it. Could get like a 10 count, but there's no ref. And then, luckily by chance, Aubrey, the other referee, she runs out to the ring, and um, they start getting into it. Sheeta's all mad that she's there. Like, why weren't you here before? Like the 10 count, this and this. Or not Sheeta. Ruby was yelling at Aubrey, like, where were you at? This and this and that. Sheeta took advantage and got the 1, 2, 3. And that was pretty much the match. Like, the highlight was the referee getting
Yeah,
knocked
it
out.
was.
And it was actually a really good match. It was actually a really good match all the way around. Um, I would have to say the three things that I liked the most about Rampage was definitely the trios
Yes.
match. The highlight of that match was the delete and the suck it. Um, I really liked the promo from Aussie Open talking about the 365 days, and I really liked um, the Christian and the Darby, the little interview there. That was really really good and really really nice. Now, three things that I didn't like about um, Rampage. I would have to say, like I said, it was weird how they went from Eddie Kingston to the interview, then back to Rocky Romero
Mm.
coming in. I didn't understand that. I thought they could have saved, especially when it was Andrade and he was talking about Juice Robinson. You know what I mean? Like it had nothing, like literally nothing, nothing at all to do with that match going on with Eddie Kingston and Rocky Romero. So I just thought that was really, really weird. Like really weird. Um, that's just editing right there to me, or directing
Mm.
right there to me. Maybe they forgot to play it and they had to fit it in somewhere because they screwed up. You know what I
Yeah, they're
mean?
still trying to
That's what
work
I'm
out the
thinking.
kinks. So.
Yeah. Also, I think the promo, like, I wish, another thing I didn't like about Rampage was I wish Santana and Ortiz would still get more TV time to cut promos on each other about this friendship that isn't no more. So, you know what I mean on
Yes.
that one? Like, I would actually like some more detail to it. And I think that's where, again, where AEW lacks where WWE succeeds.
Right.
If you know what I mean. Because it's the little things. You know
Yeah, and
what I
it's
mean?
just.
Like we were talking about, on SmackDown, how Jimmy put his hand out like the tribal
Mm.
chief when Paul Heyman was talking. You
Mm.
know what I mean? It's those little details like that that make you go, oh
Right.
snap. You
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So that's the only thing I can really say, and I wish they would give them some more TV time.
Definitely.
Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of one more thing because I said three things. Um, let's see. I can't really think of anything else. So I guess there was only two things I really didn't like about Rampage, and they were pretty generic
Yeah.
things. And I think some people would agree about the Santana and the
Mm-hmm.
Ortiz thing, especially
Mm-hmm.
on that. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens at Wrestle Dream between all of the segments that they gave through us through Rampage. And yeah, that's all I can really say
Sweet.
about that. You got anything to
I
add?
thought it was a pretty solid show, especially in this post CM Punk era. But I thought it was a good show. option storylines a little bit further, and we're tuning up for Wrestle Dream.
Yep, and we got No Mercy tomorrow night on Saturday for NXT, and we got Collision tomorrow night. So we got a lot of stuff on Saturday. Then we got Wrestle Dream Sunday. So it's gonna be a very very good weekend.
There's gonna
for
be
all of
Michigan
us.
football tomorrow too.
Yes.
Sorry.
There's gonna be yeah, there's gonna be the UNC Bears playing, and so if you got Hulu, you can actually watch them. If you guys don't know who the UNC Bears are, they're up here in Greeley, Colorado. So yeah, just let you guys know. But yeah, this was us. We wanted to let you guys know what we thought of Rampage. You guys have a wonderful night. Anything you want to add to Slave to Wrestling before we cut out, Mister The Brain? Devin
There's
Alexander.
a few things, just other stuff that's going on outside of the podcast right now. The Devin and Blessing show, it's got a new episode that's in the pipe right now. A couple of them. Kind of doing this show kind of brought me back to that one, so I started posting to the Devin and Blessing show again. So look out for new episodes. Starting next Wednesday, I'll be co-hosting the Devon Howell Lounge on Wednesdays on 92.9 FM locally in Denver. If you aren't here in Denver, search up 92.9 FM in Denver. They have an online link to where you can listen to the show at. A little bit different format. There'll be like wing challenges. There'll be a lot of special guests on there. All kinds of cool stuff. We're trying to make it to where people can call in, so you'll be able to like call in and chit chat with us during hot topics and things like that. So definitely want to be on the lookout for that. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got. So just check out my other stuff that's going on right now.
All right. Well, this is your tribal chief Ryan Reigns and the brain Devin Alexander signing out for Slave to Wrestling. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. We'll catch you probably the next day for the rest of what we think of No Mercy and Collision. So you guys have a wonderful night. We're out.